Here are your hosts for the Super Soaker, Ben and Skin.
Ooh, soaked.
Yes, thank you, Sam. It is time for everyone to get soaked. Thank you for joining us on another Ben and Skin Super Soaker every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Ben, I'm looking over here in the comment section. I see Tito. I see Leonard. I see Robert. I see Fabricio. I see Daniel. I see Pedro. Another Daniel. People are already lining up, and we want you to spread the word for us every Tuesday and Thursday. Ben and I are going to come in here and soak you live stream style. And we're very excited to do it. How you feeling this morning, Benny Sana?
Man, I'm fired up. I'm so excited about this. It's one of my favorite things that we've ever done. I cannot wait. And today we got an action-packed show. Like, we got Cowboys Giants tonight. We got to talk to you about where we're going to go watch that. We've got an update in my neck pain pillow situation. We're going to get to this mustard lady I've been telling you about, my wife's Halloween fetish. And then you have a major surgery coming up early next week. And so we're going to hear all about that. And it's going to be a fast-paced, awesome show today.
Yeah, I'm getting one of my legs removed of the three. But let's get first into Cowboys Giants, because it is silly to say these sorts of things in September. But the Cowboys season could be over after tonight. It is a Thursday night game. It is at New York. It is against an inferior opponent. But because they are 1-2, and because the way they've looked the last two games, there is an overall feeling that if the Cowboys fumble fart tonight and go down and start this season 1-3, they put themselves firmly behind the 8 ball, not Aikman, just an 8 ball on a pool table of having a super mediocre season.
Yeah, I love it. It's so dramatic, and it's what being a Cowboy fan is all about, the highs and the lows and the bipolar roller coaster where one week you feel like, let's get the parade route together. The next week you feel like, oh, my God, we're going to have a top 10 pick. This is a disaster. And you add in all the extra storylines of the contractual crises that they had this past offseason, crisis. And you add all that in, and then they get those deals done, and now they stink after that. I don't know how to ever anticipate what the Cowboys are going to do. And it's the nature of the league. It's why it's so glorious. It's why there's this belief with fan bases that if you suck, it's fine because you got the excitement of the draft, and the draft is almost as exciting as the season. So I know this. There's a receiver for the Giants, a rookie out of LSU, his name is Malik Neighbors, and he is so freaking exciting. And I think he's about to go ham on the Cowboys. I've got Devin Singletary, their spare running back in my fantasy league. He is going to go for about 180 yards, and then I'm going to trade him tonight after the game because his stock's going to never be higher. I don't feel good about this, but I'm ready to be overconfident if they do win.
Well, the Cowboys are a better team without a doubt. Like, if you just look at talent, they're a better team. The two guys you mentioned, Singletary's averaging almost 5 yards a carry. I mean, we would kill for any Cowboy back to be in that position. And Neighbors is averaging almost 12 yards a catch. They're dynamic guys. I think the story of this game is going to be how explosive CeeDee Lamb is. And I think it's going to determine the remainder of the season. Now, obviously, CeeDee Lamb can't do it alone. There's got to be a connection with Dak. Dak has not played well this season. CD has not played well this season. He had the one huge splash play against the Saints, but he's had more mistakes and he's had great moments. And so there's been a lot of criticism. And sometimes when you have a huge disappointment, the way that Sunday was, right? It's like, okay, well, let's bounce back after the Saints. And then they have this terrible game. And then people are talking about, hey, we had a bad practice on Thursday. You're like, what in the hell are these guys doing? If you have all of that and all that scrutiny, sometimes it's good to have a short week and go and play an inferior opponent, because you can definitely quickly put things behind you. You can bow up. We've seen CeeDee Lamb kill the Giants before. We've seen Dak kill the Giants. Dak owns the Giants, probably because the Giants haven't been good in so long. So it all sets up for those two guys to have a miraculous game. If they don't, then all those things we've kind of, alluded to, hey, is there a problem here? Is it really just a matter of they're not connecting? And it's going to be a replay of last year where they weren't connecting early, and then they went on this epic run where Dak was an MVP candidate and CeeDee Lamb, he's top 3 receiver and all this. So there's still time for all that to work out, and the platform for them to do it, the circumstances presenting this particular game is perfect for them to actually do it. And I think if they don't do it and the Cowboys lose this game, then we're looking at a long, ugly season and some potential quit.
It's crazy that we're already talking about potentially quitting. You called it collective quit the other day. That was awesome. We haven't seen that yet. We have seen it before. But it's crazy that, is this week 4?
I mean, technically, it's the 3rd week with the 4th game crammed into it because of a short week. So yeah, for the Cowboys, it's week 4.
It is so early for all of this drama.
Yeah,
that it's a make or break game. The idea of even that, and I don't disagree. It really feels like this is the end if they lose this game. But I love the dramatic aspect of it. That their 2 best players, which are probably CD and Micah, both with their backs against the wall, both guys that are hyper aware of what's being said about them, both guys being questioned relentlessly right now. And so, what you said about CD is pretty fascinating. If dude, if you look at the sabermetrics or whatever, and people are like, the Cowboys are getting the least amount of separation on their routes of anybody. Like the scheme may be tired. This may not be salvageable. Or it is, and their best players go ham, and CD has 150 and 3 touchdowns, and Micah has 3 sacks, and suddenly everything is great in the universe again, and maybe their backs being against the wall is, maybe they're ready to respond. I really, that's what's so amazing. It could go either way. They could be absolute trash tonight, and their season is over, or they roll, and I couldn't be happier. I'm like, look at the way they got past all of this drama, and they've used it to fuel the mothership. So I can't wait to watch it.
I can't imagine that there's any reason to throw against the Cowboys on 1st or 2nd down until they give you a reason. No. Micah's been completely missing in action for 2 weeks. He has not made any plays. He's barely sniffed the quarterback. And if this defense, which has a lot of holes in it, is going to do something about their situation, it's going to be because they make splash plays, interceptions, quarterback pressure leading to interceptions, sacks, fumbles, things of that nature. They're not going to just put you in 2nd and 8. And so if the Giants come into this game and go, man, Malik Neighbors is red hot, let's put the ball in the air, that's a massive mistake. If you're anybody in the league, you run against the Cowboys over and over and over until they give you a reason not to. This is an epically bad run defense, and I don't know how you feel. Like, as I'm watching the game, I guess they can fix some things scheme-wise to not give up the edge every time. We spend so much time talking about how bad their defensive tackles suck. Dude, they're getting run outside on. And that's an entire scheme, an entire personnel group. And so the only way to, for the Cowboys to turn this around is to make big plays. If you're running the ball against them, you totally minimize their ability to have those kind of plays that can change momentum. So that, for me, it's like I'm looking at the Dak CD connection on one side, and on the other side, I'm just watching the Giants run game. Are they going to go out there and do something epically stupid as opposed to just wear the Cowboys down with the run game? So I think that those are 2 things I'm stoked to watch.
Yeah, the Giants are prone to do stupid things. And
right.
So that could work out well for the Cowboys and Cowboys fans, as it often does. The thing about, if you're so worried about the run, and Devin Singletary is not a badass running back by any means, but if you're so terrified of your past failure at stopping the run that you sell out to stop the run, you are susceptible to giving up big pass plays if you're so focused on that. And I think that could bite them in the ass on play action, because we see the way that the Cowboys pursue everything, and if their defense, and if they have to over pursue and go crazy right now because they're so worried about the run, if there's play action, man, that could be bad news downfield. But you got to stop the run first. You got to figure that out. I wonder if it makes more sense for Micah to be a linebacker on 1st and 2nd down, and then rush the passer on 3rd down. Yeah. I don't know how disruptive that is to the rest of the defense and the other players that impacts when they're not out on the field as much, or if he gets tired. I don't know, but it's almost like you don't need him to be a defensive end on first down because they're probably not going to pass, and you need somebody who can help stop the run and let him play linebacker on those plays. I wonder if we might see a big adjustment like that, but that seems so reactionary and panic driven. Maybe we don't, but I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, and they do move him around a lot. Sometimes they put him in the middle, but I haven't gone back and watched it. It seems like they stick him in the middle on pass plays more than anything. But there's just a lot that has to change there. And, they had some injuries. They were weak up front, and then they had injuries in the preseason, which didn't help. So that's a huge problem. I think a good benefit to all of this for me and you, though, and KT, is that we're going to watch the game at COSM tonight, dude. I am so excited to be disappointed in a football game at COSM tonight because you went for the Michigan UT game. I went just to like a preview thing where I saw a bunch of different footage, but I haven't been there for a game in real time where I'm like, immersed in it. And you've done this before, so you need to give me a scouting report as to what I'm going to see tonight.
It's truly it's life-changing, man. It gives you chills. Like you're watching it going, is this real life? This feels like heaven or outer space or a cornfield in Iowa or something magical. It doesn't feel like it's really happening to you. And we will put out social media watching this Cowboy game at COSM, and people are going to think we're at the game. It's really hard to decipher when you take a video. I mean, and obviously when you're there in person, it's a million times better than any video we could shoot. Video of video typically isn't a good idea. But when we shoot video, you'll see people sitting on like nice leather couches, drinking craft cocktails and eating delicious food. They had no parking crisis to get in. They didn't have to pay $280 for parking. And then you'll see people in the stands on the camera, and it'll be hard to differentiate between the two. It'll look like we are all in the exact same place. And I see whenever we post about COSM, people are like, "Oh man, this is BS, man. When I go to a pub or a sports bar to watch it, it's not nearly that expensive. It's too expensive." I'm like, "You don't understand. Don't compare it to a bar. Compare it to going to the game.
Yeah,
that's what you compare it to. Going to the actual game." And this is the first Cowboy game they've ever had. They've only had one other NFL game the other night, Sunday night. This is such a big deal. I'm so excited that we're going to be in the house for this tonight. I can't wait. Follow us on social media because we'll be posting about this. If you can ever get to COSM and get tickets, just trust us. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's also the level or quality of the food and the drink, which I have experienced. And so, oddly enough, so my wife doesn't watch Cowboy games. She doesn't give a shit. The only game she will watch is a Chiefs game in hopes that Tay-Tay is there. But she's going with me tonight, and she's stoked because she heard me talk about the food and what a nice experience it is. And just, hey, I want to go experience something I've never seen before. So she's not a football fan, but she's going for the experience. So I'm stoked. I can't wait. I can't imagine, too, like sipping on a beer and just being immersed in that. It's almost like, imagine whatever your favorite movie franchise is. If you're a Harry Potter person or a Star Wars person or Matrix or whatever, and there's a huge premiere and everyone's geeked for this movie and they're going to project it in 8K at the planetarium. But flip that out, reverse it, and make it a Cowboy game. That's what's happening tonight. So
yeah. And
you have
on the food, the cooks, like it's not like cooks at a stadium. There's like 3 celebrity chefs. It's nuts. Like you can't even believe the quality of the food and drink and the seats. You're not crammed into some tiny seats with a dude blowing a whistle behind you. You don't need ACL surgery because you're crammed into the back of some plastic seats. Somebody getting up to take a leak, and you're sitting on these plush white leather couches, and you have a server the whole time. I mean, I love it. I don't think I'll ever go back to AT&T Stadium ever again unless somebody could take me in a helicopter and drop me off in a suite.
If it's a little bit different than a stadium. I'm considering bringing a whistle tonight. Is that bad? Will I get kicked out? Will I ruin your experience?
I'll have PTSD, dude. It'll be so bad. I had so many people. So I went to, if you don't know this, I went to the Saints game, took my son Miles. I'm taking him tonight to this. And there was a guy behind me blowing a whistle the whole time, and I spent almost $1,000 going to this thing, and it was one of the most miserable experiences of my life. And I really believe it was traumatic, both in my wallet and the experience. And the Cowboys got their asses kicked, so that whistle got louder and louder. I left. My ears are bleeding, and it takes me 2 hours to get home. I am COSM for life. I'll sign a deal right now. I'll buy season tickets to COSM if they ever sell it like that. I can't believe they got a Cowboy game, and I'm so excited.
Do we have? I know you sent Jason. Jason's our unseen producer. You sent him some COSM footage, right? Do we have that?
Yeah, I sent him one of the posts I made about going to the Michigan game, and we might have that. Do we?
Jason, are you there, homie?
Jason.
Yeah, let me find it here. I got it. Hold on.
I never know what he's doing in there. Do you know what he's doing in there?
They're making meatloaf or something.
God, man, I do not want to eat his meatloaf.
No.
I bet it's not any good.
No, but you've seen people. I don't know if people are giving you grief about this as well, but comparing the price of COSM to going to a sports bar, how do you even explain that that's not the apt comparison?
It's not the apt comparison, and I also don't want to. I don't want to. Oh yeah, take a look at
Yeah,
this.
no music. Kill the music on. There you go.
I don't want to overhype it too. I want to experience a game in real time, which you've done. I have not done before. I say, okay, this is exactly like going to a game. But the thing that I think is perfect for the experience for me tonight, at least, is I kept thinking about the idea of being able to go to an away game and feel like, look at that. You feel like you're at the game with people that are pulling for the same team I'm pulling for, right? So it's something I literally do not have access to unless I was going to buy a plane ticket and a hotel and go and do that routine and go experience that. I think I could 100% assure you it's nothing like going to a bar. It's just not. And it's even not so much like going to like one of those Look Cinemas or iPix or anything like that, because the screen experience is so different. I think the hospitality is similar, but the experience is so different. And also, when you're watching a movie, that's not a sporting event that's happening in real time that you're experiencing in the world. So I just think it's hard to explain to people. There's a very few things in life where people are like, no, you just have to experience it, trust me, because there's no real reference points. I don't think there's reference points for this, and so I want to personally go and experience it before I say it's like being at a game. I think you get probably those similar sensations and feelings, but it's a unique experience completely onto itself.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do a couple things here. First I want to talk about, and I see a comment section in the comment section over there to my right. I believe it was Daniel Escobar that said, side note, went to Rollertown last night, and the Revolution is such a great beer. We concur. Rollertown Beer Works is the brewery up there in Salina, Texas, that Ben and I are partners in. And Revolution is our Czech dark lager that we brewed as a collaboration with the band Drowning Pool. The drummer, Michael, he lives in your neighborhood, dude. Are you going to start a neighborhood band with him?
I probably am. We need to get a Slack thread going about that.
I need to see you. I need to see your scream vocal style. I mean, you've heard mine when I was doing my Cowboys songs.
Tony Romo.
But anyways, Michael's a great dude, badass drummer, and he's a big beerhead. And he discovered Rollertown not because he lives in your neighborhood, but because him and one of the guys as part of the road crew, they were looking for the best Oktoberfest beers, and they found ours. And so he went in and formed a relationship with our people, especially Tommy, our brewer, and they came up with this beer called Revolution, which is the name of the new single by Drowning Pool. And we had them on the show and dropped the beer, and it's a great beer. And tonight, if you can't join me and Bennett COSM at Rollertown, we're doing $4.48 Rollertown lights because, as Ben's brother Jonathan pointed out, it's been 448 playoff and regular season games since the Cowboys last won a Super Bowl. Oh, I love that. But anyways, so there's a lot of reasons to go to Rollertown, including tomorrow. We're going to be doing the show from 3 to 6 as we kick off Rollertown's Oktoberfest festivities. But last night, I don't want to get into this too in depth, and I haven't told you the details of it. But today on the Ben and Skin show, you got to be listening. We will definitely talk about me hosting office trivia last night at Rollertown, because I basically, it's trivia is not a game show, but I'm the host. KT was there with his fiance, and he was participating in office trivia.
Isn't that like having, I don't know, Michael Jordan coach instead of play? You know, because you have KT, the greatest host of all time,
Right.
and you, the greatest trivia man of all time. You guys switched roles, so I'm fascinated to know how you did hosting, which I imagine is really good because you even do it on TV. And then how did KT do as a trivia participant?
Okay, so what happened, Ben, is our normal host, Austin Roper, man about Rollertown, he does a ton of stuff for us. Mm-hmm. He was under the weather. And so at the last minute, we didn't have a host. And I was going to be on KT's team, and we were going to go play. Now, with trivia, there's like, if you put me in music trivia, I'm going to cook. If you put me in NBA trivia, I'm going to cook. If you put me in the office trivia, I'll kind of stand on the other side of the counter and scratch my chin and go, oh, I like those spices. Like, I've seen a bunch of the trivia. A bunch of the office. I bet I've honestly only seen half of it. And it's not something that I watch over and over. I think it's a great show. I enjoy it. But it's not one of those shows that I watched religiously. There's tons of holes in my game on that, right? But there's people that are so into The Office, they've seen every episode 3 times. And last night, because of the circumstances, I had to host. Now, one of the problems when you host trivia and you don't intimately know the answers to all the questions is if there is a challenge flag thrown, you are not in a position to defend that challenge.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it right there. And you must listen to the Ben and Skin show. And I want you to imagine KT out in the crowd as a participant, him watching me, the host, get challenged.
Oh, he had to be so happy.
Dude.
He had to be so happy.
The other reason I want to do this in depth on the show today is because I think Christina probably, if she had been able to go, she would have kicked ass. I think her and, I don't know if it's her mom, someone else in her family, or maybe it's her sister, they watch a lot of The Office. Mm-hmm. So I think probably of the 4 of us, Christina would have been the most dominant. Are you a big Office guy?
Not really. I mean, I don't dislike it. I watch it, you know, if I stumble across it or whatever. I've always enjoyed it, but I'm not a student of it, and I'm not like hyper passionate about it like I am about some other shows, but I think it's really good.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I mean, I think it's a great show. I laugh when I watch it, but I have not seen it's another show that I actually like more than that, but I know I haven't seen every episode. I fell off because it was on for 20 something years, is Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, I love that show, but I bet I've seen 70 to 65% of them. I've missed a bunch of them.
Yeah. And I think you're really unique in that you have a giant double brain, but, for most people, you know, I look at how, smart my kids are and how they memorize things that they're passionate about. And it's because it's this, computer storage thing, and there's not that much in it. And then as time goes by, you start cramming more and more and more stuff in it. You start losing stuff. Stuff overflows and comes out the side of the trash can or whatever. And so nowadays, even when I watch things that I like watching now, I watch them so quickly and I binge watch them, or I watch them when I'm barely awake and I've got this old man memory. It's like I have a hard time retaining it. Like if I go watch a season of House of the Dragon or whatever, I have to go like read about the last season and the way it ended and remind my brain of where we last saw, or I don't know. And so I will never do well in a trivia situation like that, but I have tremendous respect for people who are good at that.
Well, you and I are going the wrong direction on that memory stuff. Like I'm to a point now where like I can, in the back of my brain, I can slowly see what I'm trying to come up with and I can't come up with it as fast as I used to. And that's because I drink every night. But and then the age factor, right? It's like you have to refamiliarize with yourself with stuff as you get older.
I'll share this with you. One of the hardest, so I have Larry Lacewell disease, which, he was the guy that worked for the Cowboys, and he'd be like, we had that guy back there that under center, and he wore number 8. He went to UCLA, had blonde hair, and he was our quarterback, Troy Aikman. Yeah, Troy. And he would hand the ball to number 22, that little running back thing led the league, and that's how Larry Lacewell would talk. And I have that disease. And the hardest part for me is when I'm trying to remember something and you and KT are kicking me in the nuts as hard as you can. And especially if you know what it is, but you've gotten kinder in your old age. You don't skewer me quite as much on that because it'll ruin the whole segment as I spend 30 minutes trying to remember something. But that is always an epic nut kicking. I just can't remember names.
It just, for all you kids out there, it just gets worse. Okay, our goal for next week, we're going to move on here to another Rollertown related topic that you're going to take us through because we actually have footage to support it. But if you do enjoy trivia, I have been told that next week, and maybe we can get Kavanaugh up there, next week is Game of Thrones trivia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I don't know shit about. I've only seen that one scene where Mountain breaks that guy's skull. So I'm not going to be a good participant in that. But I certainly enjoy going and enjoying the vibes. So
let's throw out free transportation for Kavanaugh, Black Nitro, Soroy, and Machine. Mike Marshall.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I mean, I might just go just to watch. I mean, I'm not good at that because I can't remember anything, but I do enjoy watching people throw down windmill dunks in this.
Yeah, and dude, I forgot to tell you. And this will be a player for tomorrow when we're doing the show at Rollertown. The Green Hatch Chili Rollertown Light is back. I think it's one of the best football drinking beer drinking beers of all time. It's you get that spice up in the sinus area that you would get with Green Hatch chili, but there's no burn. It's insane. It's like the flavor without the burn. I can't. It's a really, really fantastic experience. I can't recommend it enough.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I want to play this clip because it got sent to us this morning. Rollertown is in Salina, and, our tap room is in Salina, but we're building a new headquarters in Frisco.
Oh, girl.
Take a look at this. We got some pictures today, and then we got some helicopter footage, and it's kind of glitchy here, so bear with us there. But that is on Main Street in Frisco, like 2 doors down from FC Dallas's Toyota Stadium. That's where that is going in, the new Rollertown headquarters. That's the Rollertown helicopter flying around there, taking a look at that, and very exciting stuff. Like, if you're curious about where we are in that construction, that's the latest. We got that this morning, and I was so unbelievably excited. I know you were too, and we're scheduled to be open at the end of the summer or the beginning of the fall, around this time next year.
Yeah, Jason, if you don't mind, pop that up one more time. It's really exciting. I can't believe that you have a helicopter. First of all, dude.
Yeah,
you are so baller.
I live far away. I had to get a helicopter.
So the angle we're coming from the south, and as we turn around those silos, so now we're kind of, when we're behind the silos, we're facing west. That giant rectangle to the right is our production facility where the brew house is going to be. And then you can see just to the top right of it, that's going to be our 2-story tap room. So it's going, if you've ever been to Rollertown, just look at that tap room right there at the top of the screen now. That's 2-story. That's probably honestly been bigger than our entire facility right now that has the brew house and front of house and all that stuff. So like we're going to be, this thing is going to be awesome. We're going to have so many good parties there and experiences. I'm super hyped.
Yeah, show that again, Jason. Frozen on that. Just one more thing, just to let people know. So Skin mentioned the part that's already outlined. That's the production facility. We're going to be cranking out delicious, fresh local Rollertown out of that in Frisco. And then you see the silos in the back left corner. Just below that, that area of kind of orangish dirt, that's where the stage is going to be. And then that giant area between the other orange dirt that Skin pointed out in the top left, let's say, or top middle, that's the tap room he was talking about, 2 stories. That other, kind of grayish brown area between the orange dirt, that is going to be a giant turf field. And so you'll be able to watch concerts and games there, and there's all this outdoor space, and then tons of indoor air conditioning as well. So all of that is going to be, beneath those glorious silos on Main Street in Frisco.
Yeah, and we'll be bringing you updates on that, but do come and join us tomorrow, 3 to 6. Me and Ben and Katie. Sweet Christina won't be able to join us because she has her Eagle Live at Longhorn Ice House, which if you're into rock and local music and you've never been, that's badass. She hosts it. But they're on other ends of town. If you can come join us up north, we would love to see you for our Oktoberfest festivities. Now, there's also a chance that if you come join us tomorrow and you're watching Ben, you'll see him do this. Because he's not been getting good sleep lately.
Yeah, so I didn't realize how relatable this topic was. I've been telling my wife, man, these pillows suck. And she's really frustrated with me. She's like, I've gotten you expensive pillows that you don't like. So go get your own pillows. Like, I don't want to hear about it. And so we don't really have a lot of time. I don't even know where to go to get pillows. And so I just kind of been dealing with it. And then I realized, my neck has been hurting me for about 2 months. And I'm just waking up and with my neck hurting every day. And I'm like, this isn't right. Like this. And I remember at some point I lost a pillow or something and suddenly my neck started hurting. So I posted on my Facebook page, hey, I'm looking for a kick-ass pillow recommendation. And the comments just flooded in. And so I have recently ordered a bunch of different pillows from a bunch of different places, and I'll just return the ones that I don't like or whatever. But first off, Christina does a MyPillow endorsement, so I ordered a buy one, get one free from that using her promo code KEGL. And so that was awesome. I don't have those yet. Somebody recommended this thing called the Cube, which is it's like a rectangle pillow. It does not look comfortable at all, but they're like, hey, man, this changed my life. And then I had people sending me stuff like, hey, man, somebody said I didn't want to share this on the thread because it's so expensive. I didn't want it to seem insane, but we had the same problems, and my wife and I invested in these pillows, and they're like $400.
Oh, wow. And
they're like, man, they will change your life. And so I had all these different things, and I started ordering some of them. And then yesterday after the show, I was like, we endorse the Sleep Number store, and our mattresses are from Sleep Number, but I've never really shopped their pillows. And so I thought, what the hell? I'll stop by the one on my way home. And so I stopped by, and again, this is not scheduled because we're endorsing them. We're under no pressure to try to sell you Sleep Number pillows. We do endorse those Sleep Number beds, and they're badass.
I've got one.
Yeah, we love those beds.
Yeah.
And so I just said, what the hell? I'll stop by and see what their pillow game is like. And so I want to give a lady a shout out. Her name is Liz Fernandez, and she's the manager, I believe, of the West Plano Park Boulevard location. It's at 2100 Dallas Parkway, just off the Tollway and Park. We've been there before.
Yeah, we've done a show from there before.
So her name is Liz Fernandez. She may have been there back then, but she's been with the company in some capacity since 06 or 08. But she said that her nickname, she's known as the Pillow Queen.
Okay, let's go.
She's a pillow whisperer.
Interesting.
And so I start telling her, where my pain is and how I sleep. Do you sleep on your back? Do you sleep on your side? I'm a side sleeper. And she's like, do you put your arm under the pillow, or how does that normally work? And I just told her everything. And so she got 2 different pillows, went over to one of the Sleep Number beds, set them down, and put, the little protective pillow thing on it.
Oh, okay. It's like got plastic on it or something.
Yeah, so you don't put your cooties on those pillows. And she knew the one that I was going to like, and so I want to show it to you.
Okay. Did anybody put their coochies on these pillows?
No.
Oh, you said cooties.
Cooties. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
See,
Jason, pull the camera out and just show Ben so we can get the full. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. See that curvature? Because you go like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
Dude, this
Yeah.
pillow is so legit. And today, I swear to God, this is not an endorsement. Skin can vouch for this.
Yeah,
And
we do not have pillows in any of our Sleep Number copy. They're not pushing pillows for me and Ben to talk about.
Yes. And this pillow, I woke up today and did not have neck pain for the first time in so long. I think it was $160.
Okay.
I had $100 credit for their rewards program or whatever.
Oh, what a big shot.
So it ended up being like $70 all in, I think. And I cannot begin to tell you what a relief it is. I woke up today without feeling any pain in my neck, and I don't even believe it. So for sure it was the pillow. I'll still review those other ones and give them a shot, but man, I was blown away. This pillow is awesome, and hopefully this continues. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm just so happy.
No. I'm happy for you. And you've seen me before. I've had some of those issues too. And a lot of it has to do with, I move around a lot. Yeah, I'll look at, oh my God, he just passed out. He's so comfortable. And a lot of it does have to do with how much I move around and I'm laying, you're supposed to sleep flat on your back and lay down. But how many people are able to do that? I always end up on my side, or I do stick my arm under my pillow. And so I'm sure they've made some advancements. Is that thing looks like it's just very super soft and almost form fitting, right?
Yeah, but it's not. You can squeeze it like and
It's strangely sexual.
Yes, and it's not. It's just right. It's kind of like the old porridge thing, not too cold, not too hot, or whatever. It's soft, but it's firm enough. When I was watching TV with it last night, double stacked on top of another pillow, I started worrying, it's too firm, I think. And then when I was ready to go to sleep and got rid of the bottom pillow and just had this, it was absolutely perfect, man.
So you were too firm, or the pillow was too firm?
Both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Shout out to the Low T Center.
Yeah, man, you're crushing.
Yeah.
Did you said you cut a hole in your bed, right?
No, I did not. I never
All right,
said
that must have been Christina. Okay, so oh my gosh, I hope Jason's ready, because right now on the Super Soaker, it's time for this.
Oh yeah, Scroll Patrol. Yeah, Ben's on a scrolling roll, looking at big booties, mukbang and liver king. There's toots and snake boots. Yeah, everybody's cutting some toots. Yeah, it's Scroll Patrol. What is it? I just said it's Scroll Patrol.
Okay, dude. This isn't going to be a full Scroll Patrol. Great song there by the great Steve Shackelford.
Thank you.
But I mentioned this on our radio show, 3 to 6 on 97.1 The Eagle. But there's somebody that I've stumbled across recently that I keep watching, and I don't know why. And I'm just going to admit it here among friends. But I think her name is Auntie Lisa. I thought of her as the mustard lady at first, and she just kept coming up on my scroll. I'm scrolling through social media, and it just kept popping up. And I was like, I thought of her as the mustard lady. I didn't even know her name because I kept seeing this lady. I was like, how weird is this? This lady eats mustard on everything. And if you look, these are all different videos, but if you look, you can see her holding mustard things in all. She absolutely loves mustards.
Wait,
mustard.
do I see like sugary desserts in some of those? Will she put mustard on that?
I haven't seen that, but it's very possible. Like, she loves mustard.
I feel like if you look, Ben, bottom right corner, are those candy pops?
They could be, or they could be eggs, because I don't know, because she loves eggs. And so this is so weird. I thought, okay, this is showing up on my feed. She must have, 1 million followers. The algorithm knew I wanted to see this. She's only got 12,000 followers. Okay.
Oh, let's boost that.
And she is a nurse, I believe, somewhere. and she just shows videos of her. She has to squeeze in these tiny snack breaks, all right, to eat during her shift as a nurse. And so sometimes she shoots stuff at home. Sometimes she doesn't want to wake up her husband, so she records herself in a closet. Sometimes she's recording herself at the break room at work, and someone walks in while she's having this like journal entry with us, telling us what she's eating. But most of the time, what she eats are hard-boiled eggs.
Okay.
She'll take a pickle slice and put it on the hard-boiled egg. She'll put some sort of seasoning on top of that, and then she'll hit it off with some. She'll hit it with some mustard. She'll take a bite, and then she'll recreate the same bite in the half-eaten boiled egg. And a lot of these eggs are soaked in soy sauce, I think, because they're like brown.
I don't know that I mean, I love soy sauce. I don't know that I want a soy sauce soaked egg. However, I do like chunks of fried egg, not boiled egg, fried egg in my when I do hibachi fried rice.
Yeah.
But mustard on it. And you know me, I like mustard. I don't know that I like just a little bit of mustard like on a sandwich. I don't want to put mustard on an egg. That doesn't sound very good to me, dude. Did she only rock out the French's yellow mustard, or did she ever get like fancy Grey Poupon? Or I like for example at Jimmy John's, the John's or Jimmy's Stone mustard.
Yeah. She experiments with all different types of mustard and all different types of pickles and sauces. And I don't know why I love it. She makes all these crazy facial expressions, and she's really funny. And I was like, okay, so she must be a big sensation. Not so much, kind of a best kept secret. But I want to play you one of the videos. Well, I think we can use audio on this, Jason. We can use audio on this. But I sent a video of her. If you have that, it's called Mustard Lady. Take a look.
What?
Survival! No. And my mustard's like totally on a different floor. Ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna go get it. Let's just say, without disclosing too much information, that number one, I like my hair. I do. Do this with the chaos. Number two, rotating and running between, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, 3 floors. Got right here, snack. Excuse me. No, I'm gonna be getting kind of like busy, even more busy, kind of pretty soon. So I gotta get a snack. Ooh, these are good. Why are they so good today? They're good. They're so good. These are my famous days dilly pickles. Ooh, it's just like not hard. It's just I'm kind of going everywhere. And there's things I need to do on multiple floors at different times. It's not the vibe today. Not the vibe. Soft. I just checked on somebody. Actually, 2 somebodies on a different floor. And it went faster than I thought, so I just decided I would make a pit stop for my eggs. I woke up late today, but I still think I look...
All right.
Go.
So I have a lot of thoughts. Number one, how do you have time for this person?
I don't know, man. Sometimes, I do a lot of posting on social media about this show and our brewery and stuff. And so every once in a while, I just take a mental break and I'm just scrolling through whatever the algorithm has shown me. And, I'll look up, and I've been doing it for 20 minutes. And I'm like, I just saw some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And there's certain things you like or don't like. And for whatever reason, this is just turn your brain off. All right, what is she eating today? And I'm like, all right, I got to see this. What is she doing?
There's I think if I had stumbled across that, there's no way I would have made it through the whole thing. I might have watched it for a little bit, but one common thread in some of this stuff that you post is I'm struck with the idea of, man, I do not want to spend any time with this person in real life.
Oh my God, I would love to spend time with her. She's
really
fun. Yeah, she's hilarious, man. I get it because I was thrown off by the facial expressions and all that stuff, but she seems really funny.
I think she smokes crack.
Although
I bet she is a party.
Right.
A one-person party.
A one-person traveling egg party.
Yeah, and I'm very familiar with one-person parties.
You're married to one.
But yeah, it is. I like people that are unapologetically themselves, and I don't always have the courage to be like that. And like just her, she'll post a video eating a hard-boiled egg without any makeup on, not looking great, with her weirdest faces. She'll spit food out or whatever, and I'm just like, all right, man. I kind of like the mustard egg lady. She's pretty badass.
And it's good because you don't like mustard.
Yeah.
And are you a pickle guy?
I like pickles.
I love pickles.
Pickles are great. And, what's interesting is I do like deviled eggs, which are really kind of mustard mayo combo on a hard-boiled egg. But anyways, I also have a special place in my heart for nurses, and so it can be a thankless job. People can be super rude to them at times. And when you get one that's really nice, it makes all the difference in your hospital visit or whatever. But that is so random. I'm like, why does somebody with 12,000 followers just populate the algorithm is smart, man.
What have you ever had the thought watching it that Fabricio had over there in the comment section, which is, can you imagine what her farts smell like?
No, Fabricio, that's you, buddy.
She does look like a stanky gal.
Yeah, he said, I bet her car is nasty. No, she's great, man.
All right, someone who I don't think has ever farted is your wife, Kat. Yeah. She's pristine in that regard. And this is like my favorite time of year. I guess there's two. I love, when we start getting cold weather and football season and NBA's coming up. But I also love April because it ain't scorching hot yet and the NBA playoffs are getting cranked. But I can say from knowing you and your family, we are in the looking glass, sir, of Kat's favorite time of year.
Yeah, and I've learned so much over the last couple of years that I didn't realize how into Halloween she was. And I know that there are a lot of people that take a look at this. This is just some of the things I took pictures from around my house today.
Yeah.
These things are popping up left and right, little Halloween accents. Keep in mind, she's the most frugal person I've ever known. She will not spend money on just about anything. And I was sitting there drinking coffee, getting ready for this, and I looked up and saw these candles on the far left. There's three of them, giant spiders that hold candles. Suddenly, those are out and about at my house. I saw this big candy corn vase thing she put together.
Amazing.
Halloween bat pillow.
Yeah.
And then over on our bar in the far right corner there, you just see a tarantula. That just looks like a real tarantula. It was just sitting out, and I had to get up close to it to even see if it was real or fake. And she is just vibing with Halloween. And so at some point last year, she decided to buy this 12 or 14 foot ghost that is out in our front yard. Don't show this video yet. I'm going to show you this video.
Okay.
But she put this giant ghost out in our front yard. It's really a pain in the ass to assemble. And so she negotiates with me to help her assemble it. She's like, okay, I'll do this for you, but you got to help me put the ghost out in the yard. And it's really complicated. It lights up at night. The guy's doing the yard, mowed over the power cord and ripped it in half. She hired someone to come out and redo the power cord. She is so into this thing, and she wants to buy more and more of these giant Halloween decorations. And so she's putting them out piece by piece. And so we got the giant ghost in the front yard, and now she's added this giant, I don't know, it's really a life-size knight it's with a skeleton head that sits on our front porch in a red robe and holds a sword like he's guarding it. And if you get up too close to him, he starts talking to you. His mouth moves and his eyes start glowing. I'm going to show you this video in a second, but I mentioned this, I think it was on our radio show. I mentioned that we had some burglars in the area recently. They've been stealing cars and breaking into cars and things like that and checking to see if houses are unlocked. And so I was talking to Kat about this. We were talking about our alarm system and all this stuff. And she goes, well, I don't think anybody would try to break in our house because of the guy on our front porch. And I was like, what? And she was dead serious. She thinks that the giant scare, and she just looked at me with a serious face. She goes, I really don't think anyone will break in our house because of the guy on the front porch. And I just waited. And she was serious. And so I'll show you the video. You'll see the ghost. And you can, you won't be able to hear the guy, I guess. But, okay, there's the ghost in the front yard.
You've added the cool video effects.
Yeah. Put some video effects on some scary music because I'm a good husband. I wanted her to really enjoy the video recap.
Oh, yeah.
Why do we have that?
So in looking at that and looking at some of this stuff, has she ever been into, like, that you know of, Tim Burton movies or the Addams Family or any of that kind of stuff?
No, but we should explore it, and I should probably take her to some haunted houses. Okay, look, he lights up, and he's like, ha, 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 follow me into the depths of hell, ha, 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 ha. And it's just real low voice. Sounds like James Earl Jones, rest in peace. And I doubt that he did that deal. I don't think he would have given them licensing.
No, that actually to me just kind of looks like what's his name? Skeletor. Is that the He-Man stuff?
Yes.
He-Man was after us, you know. So it's like I was too old to play with He-Man, but I remember some of my friends' younger brothers are into it. But that kind of reminds me of Skeletor.
Yeah.
Is the spider candle holders, is that new this year, or did you see those last year?
Bro, I think there's new stuff popping up left and right.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it's kind of like, somebody gradually becoming a crack addict or something. Like you just see little signs, but not enough to be worried. And then suddenly they're passed out with a crack pipe in their mouth. And you're like, and they disheveled and they're living in a cardboard box in your front yard and you had no idea. I don't know, dude. This thing snuck up on me so fast. I need to roll tape on these conversations with her because she is dead ass serious.
Yeah,
talking
dude,
about this stuff.
I would love for you to roll tape on some of that. I remember you did that on something last year, and I thought it was Halloween related. I can't remember. I thought you did some of that last year, but definitely do some recon and get us some of that cat audio because that's amazing.
I wonder if we could have you call and do a voice or something and be the HOA.
Oh, I like that.
Wanting to take it down.
Because, dude, she will fight for that.
Oh, that's the only thing in her life she'd fight for. I mean, she would not fight for me in any way, but she will fight for that Halloween shit for sure.
Well, this might actually be a good segue as to how we're going to wrap up the Super Soaker because the other day, my wife said, this is the time of year where we have the storage above our cars where we store all the Christmas stuff and all the Halloween stuff, right? And she was like, hey, I want to get all the Halloween stuff down and get rid of it. And I was like, yes. However, it's 10 years too late. And I'll tell you why. So our kids now, Maya's 19 and out of school. Desmond's 17 in his junior year. He's not going to, trick or treat. So that's kind of behind us now just for the age group of our kids. But we did used to do, some giant spiders in the yard. That web stuff coming out of the trees, I'm sure is bad for, the environment. And then we did used to have this gigantic ceramic jack-o'-lantern. It's probably, I'm guessing, been 60 or 70 pounds. Like it was the heaviest thing in our house. And it would sit on a little black stand, so it's about 2 feet off the ground, and then it had lights in it, and it was enormous. I mean, just enormous. It would take up half the front porch. And about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, when we were at our old house, she asked me it was in the back, and she asked me to take it from the garage to the front. And so I picked this thing up and took it around to the front, and I could just feel it inside my body. I was like, man, I think I just destroyed something inside my body.
When was this?
It's probably about 11 years ago.
Okay.
And so I was like, something ain't right in there. And then the following year, around Thanksgiving, I had my hernia surgery. All right. I'm very confident that I got my hernia on the right side of my body by lifting that thing and carrying it around. It was the kind of thing that I should have put on a dolly, right?
Right.
But also, the whole deal about taking the dolly through the side yard and it's muddy and it's whatever. You don't want to do it. But the pumpkin, the giant concrete pumpkin or whatever, was so heavy, or so big rather, I couldn't take it through the house and get it through the door. Right. It was that impractical and gigantic.
And so also probably sounds like it's hard for a 2-person carry because of the shape of it too. So
exactly right. It's a 1-person carry, and not even ideal to sit on a dolly, but dude, that's, if you're like, I think for a guy like the Light Farms Giant, your neighbor, he would have picked it up and put it under his arm and walked with it like this. But for a little scrawny guy like me, I got to leverage it and everything I got. So I'm 1,000% convinced that's where I got my first hernia.
Oh.
And then when they got in there, they also saw that I had one in my belly button. So there was 2 hernias, and I remember it well because I got it leading up to Thanksgiving, because that's when we had
the belly button one you got from porking right around Thanksgiving.
Yes. That was the one that you called the other day a sexual hernia. So anyways, I had a hernia on the right side and one on the left side.
Holy shit, Ben.
That was one that, I felt those. So about, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I looked down, and on my left side above my junk, it was there's like a little bulge. It was protruding out. And I was like, shit, I know that. So that's another hernia. I don't know how I got this one. Maybe it too was a sexual hernia, but
good for you, man.
It wasn't bothering me. And there was no pain, but I know the deal. And I was like, all right, I got to get that patched up at some point. And they just go in there, and it's robotic, and they put like mesh in there. Right. And the mesh is supposed to line, because basically a hernia is just like a tear in tissue. And where it can get bad is if that tear opens bigger and organs start going through it. And so we got basketball season coming up. And once that gets going, you know how insane life gets, right? I mean, there's just no time for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I guess I got to get this done. And I asked the doctor, I was like, hey, man, can I just put this off to the end of the season? Is there any issue there or anything that could happen medically? And he goes, well, no, the only problem would be is if it got twisted up in there and cut off the blood flow to your testicles. And I was like, all right, I'll get the damn thing done. So
you like that, but only if it's on purpose, right?
Right. If it's a Michael Hutchins situation, I'm in.
Yeah.
But if it's, just me going about my normal business, and now like I've got junk messed up.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm going in Monday morning. It's only a 45-minute procedure. And then I went ahead and took off, the day of the surgery. And then I took off the next day, because I think it's been a decade, but if I remember correctly, it's painful, like just sore. And so I think I'll be on drugs. But the interesting thing is we have a super soaker next Tuesday at 10:00. And I'm not coming into the show that day, but I will be on drugs. So we're going to have next Tuesday, the next super soaker will be very experimental, because I will be drugged up and I will be groggy, and I really don't know how to approach it. I mean, I don't know. We can get a third person to jump in with us. I may offer nothing. I may just be like looking at you going,
okay.
You talk.
Okay. If you want, that's going to be awesome. It's kind of like seeing people get their wisdom teeth taken out and their parents record them.
Yeah.
That might be fun for everyone to see you on drugs. If you guys want us to get somebody as a third person that day, put it in the comments.
Oh, I like that.
Who should we get? Put it in the comments, and feel free to include some wrong answers too. But if there's somebody you really want us to get, put it in there. I might be interested to see the comments. But yeah, I commend you for trying to do it, because it seems like you would be in a lot of pain.
Yeah, we'll just see. Again, it's like what I remember at that time on the last one is I remembered it was around Thanksgiving, and I just remember walking around like real slowly. I don't remember the intensity of the pain. I just remember walking around real slowly. Now, all I have to do for this is walk upstairs and turn on the camera, right? So I'm convinced I can do it, and it's not going to be a problem. I just think like I didn't want to drive into the station and all that kind of stuff on Tuesday. So I went ahead and took the second day off. I'll be back on the show by Wednesday. Everything will be fine, but I don't really know the quality of what I'll be offering up to you next Tuesday.
Badass. I think that's a wild card factor,
Dude,
We're getting some people. Some people are saying Dingoes. People say Mikey, Strip Mall Steve Shackelford, Kevin Turner. Lots of people putting some nominees in there.
I like Big Bulge Bo. If we could get the guys from the Saturday morning car show on, maybe George Clooney.
You guys, hey, you guys want to drive out to DeSoto for a free burger?
Yeah, that sounds like a great expenditure of my gas. Free, huh?
Like,
who's making it?
We're going to be in Waco, and we're going to have hot dogs too. If you guys want to drive down here, it's on us. It's a free hot dog and a burger.
So I get a hot dog and a burger. All
the
right.
Buns too
for $30 in gas. Okay, well, the most important thing for you to take out of today's show, today's Soaker, is that you have to listen to the Ben and Skin radio show today. Did KT feel vindication last night? We'll get into it. I was challenged very aggressively last night as host of Office Trivia. I think I want to know too. I want to position the question that started it all to Christina and see how she does, because I think she's an Office aficionado. So we'll either do that off the top, or maybe we'll do it for the big finish at 5. We'll figure it all out, but you just need to listen to the whole show today.
Yes. And the other thing I would say is, this is challenging to get the word out about this thing because social media doesn't want us to send people to YouTube. So tell your friends, do us a favor, share this stuff, comment, hit the like button. If you enjoy what we're doing here with these Super Soakers, tell your friends. And don't forget, we've got the complete fun package. That's this thing where if you sign up for it, Jason will put the link in the comments, but it's called the complete fun package. And just by signing up, we're able to send you emails, let you know custom special content that's not available anywhere else, exclusive content. We'll let you know when we're going to be posting videos. And we're doing big giveaways. Like we gave away a meet and greet with Luca in April. And if you just sign up for this thing and answer a couple questions and give us your email address, we can communicate with you via email. And then you'll be entered to win these cool prizes, giving away a TV and all this stuff too. So and you probably noticed as we're learning and this thing is growing, there's a lot of people helping. Jason Ferrantello producing. He's incredible. You've heard Strip Mall Steve's songs. We got a Silver Skylark song at the beginning, which is phenomenal, dude. Really, really good. Thank you for that.
It's all part of the complete fun package.
All part of the complete fun package.
Thank you, Derek.
Our guy Johnny's making these thumbnails. Obviously, Mick Jimenez done some artwork. Joshua got our studio set up. Larry helped with that, and then TC is helping with the production. So we're putting together a squad. We're going to keep adding to this squad, but we're going to keep kicking these out. We appreciate you guys making them a part of your routine, man. These are a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we have some other things coming up too that are going to be like more long form videos where we're out and about on the town. We'll be bringing those to you. And then I like Tracy down there in the comment said, we need a late night Super Soaker. That's been in Skin After Dark. We do need to we'll start bringing a couple of those in. But the point of, signing up for the complete fun package is we can communicate directly with you. And so as we start adding to our collection of YouTube content that you're going to want to be seeing, you'll get notifications as well as some of the cool things we'll be doing, events and stuff like that. So get signed up, be a part of the thing, spread the word for us. If you see any of those social media posts, like and repost them because it creates more action out there. And we got to spread the word, let people know that we're doing these things because there's a lot of fun shit right around the corner.
No doubt. No doubt. There you have it. Let's end it now.
You go away.
This has been another Iron Balls production.
Iron Balls!